We'll just keep rolling along. Up next is Imam Abdullah from the Islamic Center of Rhode Island in Providence. Imam?
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Peace be on you. I have come today in the spirit of my heroes. I have come today in the spirit of those luminaries. I have come today in the spirit of those freedom fighters who stood up, who lost their lives, who gave their blood and sweat to get freedom for Black Americans in America. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and also those who fought for freedom for the South Africans, like Nelson Mandela. I've come in their spirit because they also stood up for the rights of the Palestinians. They spoke up for the rights of the Palestinians. In September 1964, Malcolm X took a trip to Gaza. And he connected the dots. He made a connection with the state of oppression that was happening in Palestine, with what was happening here in America and what was happening in South Africa. It's all the same system of oppression. The same system of massacre and murder. But what is happening in Palestine is continuing. Even though the ceasefire has stopped, but the struggle still continues. The struggle still continues. And it's up to all of us, brothers and sisters, those of conscience, those of faith who believe in the law, who believe in God in the last day, must continue this struggle. Because our brothers and sisters in Palestine, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, they are still dying. They are still suffering. Their homes are taken away. Their homes are destroyed. Whole families are killed. Whole families are killed, brothers and sisters. So we must not stop. We must speak truth to power. We must go to the top office to Biden and tell him, fear God. Stop what you are doing. Do not side with the oppressors. What he is doing, he is legitimizing the oppression of Israel, or the rights of Israel, and delegitimizing the rights of the Palestinians. So whoever supports this evil regime, whoever supports them, with them killing women and children, they will also support Hitler Nazi regime. They will also support Stalin USSR military regime. They will also support South Africa apartheid system. And that is the same system that is being perpetrated against the Palestinians. That's right. So whoever supports this regime, you would have also supported those regimes. It's the same. Brothers and sisters, here in America, in every event of slavery, and the blacks stood up to end slavery with the Jim Crow laws, with segregation, with the rights, during the 50s and 60s of the struggle of black Americans to gain freedom, to gain their rights. There were those at every moment, every juncture, the majority of the people either had their eyes closed or they supported what was happening here in America. At every juncture, they supported it. They didn't understand why the blacks want freedom from slavery, but they're doing good to them. They're treating them well. Now, this government, but how were the black Americans able to get freedom, to get their rights? They stood up. They didn't give up. So we must not give up. Even though the government is siding with the oppressor, we must not side with the oppressors. We must not side with them. Allah says, كَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا. Therefore, we have made you the nation of justice. So we must be the nation of justice, stand up for justice and for right, whether it's against us or whether it's for us or against us. Yeah. We must stand up for justice, brothers and sisters. This is my advice to you and to me. So, we, all of us, whether you're a Muslim or non-Muslim, but you must have the conscience. You must be human. You must have a heart. You must have a heart. Once the Prophet's son passed away, and one of the Bedouins, he said to the Prophet, "Oh Prophet, you are crying. You are crying over your son?" He said, "I have 10 children. If any one of them die, I will not cry. You will not cry if any one of his children died." The Prophet said, what can I do if God has taken mercy from your heart? All we need is have mercy in our hearts, brothers and sisters. To be human is to have mercy. We must show our Palestinian brothers and sisters mercy. And speak up for them. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Imam. Another powerful speech, another great speaker. Jazakallah khair.